Going. So there's for the, and as Senator, I'll just refer to Senator Sidor, it's for his bill for the prosecutorial transparency bill, which we glommed on two other bills. So there's an amendment that's forthcoming that he worked out, all of the, I guess, that would assuage the concerns of the state's attorneys. So that meeting that was held on Friday, and Josh, please correct me if I'm misrepresenting anything, but I think there was a follow-up meeting today, and so the amendment got drafted a little late, so we're not going to go to vote on that tonight. We'll just glom it on to tomorrow's voting list. So tonight, the only thing that we have before us is the Baltimore City-centric package, which is the job court, the release report bill, and the, what is the last one?
Firearms.
Oh, and the firearms reporting bill. So that bill, as you'll remember, last Friday went before the Baltimore City delegation again and was blessed off on. And so I'll hand it off to Jamie to just give us a refresher, and if there are further questions, we can go with that, and then hopefully we can get out of here at a relatively good hour. So, Jamie, go ahead.
So this is Senate Bill 586, and in your voting packet, there is a reprint. It'll just be the reprint. It's at the very top. It is number 543026/1, and that is the same amendment that was in front of the committee at the last voting session with the changes that the committee made. So you'll notice that on page 2, the notice time is down from 48 hours to 24 hours. The Vine provisions are stricken, and
We'll work it, Shelley, we'll work it.
and that's it. So, right, that is the jobs court provisions, the notice provisions to Baltimore Police Department, and the firearms reporting to the Governor and General Assembly from Baltimore Police Department.
Questions? Yes, Senator West.
My question, thanks. My question was, why a 48-hour delay? Did we deal with that?
We did 24.
Okay, fine, good, thanks.
Further questions? Okay, so the motion is to adopt the amendments. We've already adopted the amendments, all right, fine, that's right, before we send it over to the city delegation. The motion's for a favorable with amendment. It's been seconded. Is everyone cool? Everyone's great? Everyone votes in the affirmative. Okay, great. Well, guess what? I don't think we have any other business before us.
Seriously? My kind of voting session.
We have a whole bunch of those.
Got a couple more bills. All right. These should, all right, everyone's seen these bills and we've worked through, so it should be relatively quick.
I think I'm done.
I think you are done, so I think we'll go to Josh. All right. You know, can we, all right, let's just work through, Senate Bill, Heather, I'm gonna go to you first, okay?
Okay.
So we're gonna go to Senate Bill 432, and then we'll go to, Senate Bill 649, and then Senate Bill 746. Now, Senator Huff had an emergency that he's attending to, but we can vote the bills, and then hold them, and then he can be recorded in the affirmative. Just, I don't wanna hold him up. Who's gonna go?
Senate Bill 432, This bill requires Baltimore County to pay a pension to specified retired judges of the Baltimore County Orphans Court. The pension payment must be greater of $1,200 annually or an amount equal to 4% of compensation at the time of retirement for each year of service, up to 24 years. The bill includes benefits for the surviving spouse of a deceased orphans court retiree. There is a letter of support from Baltimore County.
Come on.
Very favorable.
All right, let's go to Senator, Josh, we'll go to you, Senator Bailey. 579.
Senate Bill 579 authorizes highway maintenance and service equipment or vehicles owned or operating under a contract with the state or local jurisdiction to be equipped with and display green flashing lights simultaneously with yellow or amber flashing lights during snow removal or while protecting highway maintenance workers. The number of any such green lights may not exceed the number of yellow or amber flashing lights equipped and displayed.
Discussion? There's a motion for favorable, it's been seconded, everyone's okay? All right, great. Now we'll move on to Senate Bill 642.
Senate Bill 642 authorizes the use of vehicle height monitoring systems at certain locations in Harford County, similar to the authorization in place for Baltimore City, Baltimore County, and Prince George's County. There is an amendment in your packet that's number 523223/1. This amendment would eliminate the specific locations in the county, thus allowing the systems to be placed anywhere in Harford County. And it would add Harford County to an existing provision which would require the county, before installing any systems, to convene a work group, including industry groups, in order to evaluate potential locations for systems.
Baltimore County's solution on that they came up with to appease the truckers. So I move the amendment and the bill.
Okay, great. You know you're the only senator there, we've got a letter from you, so that's good, all right? All right, motion, so we've adopted the amendment. The motion is for a favorable with amendment. It's been seconded, everyone's okay? All right. To Senator West, Senate Bill 694.
Senate Bill 694 requires the state to pay a reasonable attorney's fee for an alleged disabled person that is indigent in a protective proceeding to protect the property of the alleged disabled person. The court would be required to appoint an attorney who is under contract with the Department of Human Services to represent the alleged disabled person unless the court finds that that appointment would not be in their best interest. If an attorney has already been appointed, the court would be required to strike and replace the previously appointed attorney with one who is under contract with DHS, unless the previously appointed attorney is willing to accept the same fee and the court does not find that there is a conflict of interest. There is an amendment in your packet, which is number 943624/1. This would simply move the effective date of the bill back to October 1, 2023.
The motion to adopt the amendment, seconded, everyone's okay? Sorry, Senator Sidnor.
Why the amendment for the date?
It was in my testimony. Frankly, I can't remember why I asked for that. And my guess is it's that Kathleen DeMay probably suggested that would be the better way to go. If I've got to call into her to find out whether or not there was some reason, what the reason was for that, and if she gets back to me and says, keep it 2022, I'll have a floor amendment to take it back again. But I think we should pass it this way.
Are these attorneys, with the circuit court judges or the court judges or both? Who appoints these appointed attorneys?
The court, this would be a decision of the court.
So they pick from a list?
Yes, yes. Most courts have lists of people who are available for these assignments. It says a court-appointed attorney, court-appointed attorney. So the court will appoint the attorney.
I know, these are both in the regular circuit court and Orphans Court though, right?
Wait a minute.
They're in circuit court in my county, not in Orphans Court. I haven't done them in other counties, but you do have to be qualified. You have to take that special training that they mandated. If you do the training, then you can get on the list and you can be part of you can get appointed to them. I don't know if they do them in the Orphans Court in Baltimore County.
Court, unless, there is a section of the States and Trusts article where the court refers to the Orphans Court. And off the top of my head, I don't know the answer, but if you give me 30 seconds, I can figure it out.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
I think it's both. Because I think some of the cases are in the regular circuit and some in the orphans, but it's not life or death.
It depends on the county, correct?
My chief of staff sends me the amendment was to move the date back was to give them time to implement it. So, here we go.
All right, is the committee satisfied? The amendment's been adopted. So motion for favorable with amendment. It's been seconded. Everyone's good? Excellent. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm told we've got to hold, I want to hold Senator Huff's bills just because I want to make sure that he can vote on them. So we'll hold them until tomorrow. Senate Bill 452 I'm going to hold this. You remember that this bill struck the, as amended, or the offered amendment during the hearing was to strike the examination and aid of enforcement of a money judgment. You wouldn't have those requirements. It would kind of get rid of the contempt of court issue. The judiciary wrote a follow-up email with concern about how some of the smaller claimants would collect, because that some of the bigger creditors have access to a system that can evaluate the debtor's assets. Now, I don't know if that's a subscription system or like how it works, so doing some more investigation into that so that if it's not cost prohibitive for a smaller creditor to collect, then we can move forward, but if it is cost prohibitive, I'll probably just hold the bill.
I sent it to local attorneys asking, not the big debt collection guys, the guys who are just small practitioners. They said they use it very effectively. They never lock anybody up, but it brings people in, they work out payment plans. And so if you didn't have that, you have no reason to bring people in because you can't do an examination. The only basis for them to talk face-to-face with the debtor is to file that. They come in, they say, okay, let's work out a plan. They said you would just have to go ahead and pursue execution, and that would be tough.
So exactly right. So I'm sensitive to the argument, but I do want to make sure that no one's actually getting incarcerated. It's really the contempt of court piece, which is connected but not connected. So I get it. Senator West.
Couldn't you have them brought immediately directly to the court? So you can only do this during the day. They couldn't do it on a weekend. They said they have to be brought immediately to the district court to meet with the attorney, something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
And then that way, they never go to jail. They
That's right.
pick them up and bring them to the district court. They can't do it on a weekend because the district court's not open, and they'd have to, right? I don't know, just my thought.
Yeah, something like that. But something like along those lines, so that we're making sure that. Go ahead, Senator West.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Two ideas. Firstly, I had a long conversation with Judge Morrissey this morning, and his big problem, we're totally in sync on this, is that we can't have the court, which statutorily is precluded from enforcing its orders. So there has to be a mechanism where the court can enforce an order that it issues. And second, an idea. If we could get the courts to modify the text of the form of summons they send out and put in big, bold type in the middle of it, if you do not respond to this summons and appear in court on this day, you are subject to being arrested. You're probably going to have 99% of the people present themselves in court as they're summons to do, because they won't want to be arrested.
If they're aware they've been served, I mean, yeah, that's.
Well, if they're served with the
If their
summons,
service,
they
yeah.
get.
I mean, which the statute requires, I get it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I thought this was an elegant solution to get away from the contempt of court thing, so we'll continue to look at it, so I'm going to hold it. And then for Senator Sidnor, sorry, yes, go ahead.
For your bill, did you see the letter or statement in support of your bill from the Consumer Law Center?
I did. Go ahead, what?
I was just thinking, Senator West had brought up the idea that courts couldn't enforce their own orders and things, but I thought within that letter, he's addressed the whole thing about orders and thought that it was constitutional.
So there's a hinging thing. The reason why it's constitutional is because, what was the hinge? The constitutionality, it didn't run afoul of like debtors' prisons because it was, there's a two-part process. I'll answer the question. Let me read the bill again. And once I read it, I'll have the answer. I think is it the service element that makes it? What is it? I have this in my testimony. I have it in my testimony. I forgot it, but I'll get back to you on it.
Very good.
Do you know, Heather?
I'm reading the,
I'll get back to you on it. Yeah. And then Senator Sidnor, so for Senate Bill 763, your amendment is still pending, so they couldn't get it done tonight, so we'll do it tomorrow, first thing tomorrow. Okay. And Sandy, is that it?
Are we holding the 649 Young and Huff bill, the Frederick Young bill?
Yeah, because I want him to be able to vote on it. So I think that's it. Those were merged into the other. All right, with that, I think that's it. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. All right.